guys? Danny Jugan, Axis Games. Today we've got for you our third development video. You guys have said that you really enjoy watching these and seeing how the game progresses and really getting an inside view of what it is we're doing. So we will continue to pump these out for you guys. What we're going to be working on today, we're going back to the GUI system. I know the last video we looked at the new blocking AI that I've got set up. We're going to go back to the GUI and look at the game setup menu. And I'm going to run through this really quick. This highlights not only the new style and the way it's laid out. Again, big props to Joe for what he's done. But this also highlights the new features and the changes that we're adding. So real quick, we've kind of consolidated things, cleaned things up a bit. You can select your difficulty as opposed to that being on a separate screen. A lot of feedback said that you'd like to be able to specify the weather conditions of your games. So this is in the quick match setup. So if you just want to play a single game or you want to play with a friend or that sort of thing, you won't be able to pick the weather in franchise mode because that's going to be based on your team's location and that sort of thing. But in your quick match, you can pick what kind of weather you want. You can pick the time of day. And then down here in this quarter section, this is really big. You guys know that we're trying to move to more of a simulation style game as opposed to an arcade game. One of the things that we need to do is move to a 4-quarter system. And in doing that, we wanted you guys to have the ability to specify the length of your quarters. Okay, so you can go 5, 10, 15-minute quarters. We're not going to be able to get all of the simulation aspects in this year, things like penalties, injuries, that sort of thing. But our goal, and I've said this before, and I want to make sure that we're really clear on this, our goal each year is to add incremental improvements across the board. So gameplay, appearance, animations, features. We want to improve and take one step closer to where it is that we want to be in the future. So we're moving to a 4-quarter system, and the last thing we've got there is the ability to select the stadium. Right now we've only got one stadium. We definitely want to and will add new stadiums in the future. That's a budget issue, basically. It costs a lot of money to have somebody model the stadium. But the good news is that's definitely something we're looking at in the future, and when we hire somebody to model a new stadium for us, it'll be custom to what we want, and that'll allow us to take advantage of a lot of cool things. The other thing that we see on this menu is the uniforms. Last year, we gave you guys the ability to mod your uniforms, and I told you that we had more in store for that in the future, and this is where this is going to come into play. We're adding this year. So as you can see here, you'll be able to select your own uniform. In the past, you could either do a home or away uniform. If we open this up and I go into mods, uniforms, we look at Arizona. These meta files, these are hidden. They deal with Unity. You won't see these in yours. But right now you see a home and an away uniform. You can see the pants are different. One's red, one's white, some kind of color swapping type things. But in 2016, not only will you be able to mod your uniforms like you did in the previous versions, but you'll also be able to add additional jerseys and additional uniforms. So we have hired Ace Bailey, who did these original ones and did a fantastic job. We've hired him to create throwback or alternate uniforms for all of the teams. So we're going to be able to support unlimited uniforms, so you could have like 8 different uniform styles for a particular team. And what this does is it allows you to select those uniforms. So it dynamically loads in the information, and you can select your uniform. Like if I run this right now, the game's going to pop up and it'll let me go. Right now there's only home and away, but you'll be able to select what you want and play with those, which we think is a really cool feature. You can go, like, I think this past year in the NFL they did like when the Jets played the Bills, they had like an all green and an all red. They call it like green out or something like that. You'll be able to do that, which I think would be really cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue working on this. You see the uniforms where I was clicking. I just did that early this morning, and we're going to continue to work on that. We've got to get these graphics loading in based off of the team. So I'm going to go ahead and start working based on some feedback last time, and the last time I was actually working on stuff, which I think was the first video. The second video I was just kind of showing you something. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm not going to walk through every specific thing that I'm doing. It kind of slows me down, and excuse me. I know, some of you are developers. Some of you just like watching, see how it happens. So I'm not going to explain everything. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Just throw them down in the comment section, or hit me up on Twitter. Be happy to explain what I was doing or that sort of thing. I'll talk a little bit, but I'm not going to walk through each little thing. All right, so let's get started. First thing I want to do is I want to get these graphics loaded in dynamically. So if we go into mods and then team mods, I want to load in this logo file for each of the teams. So I need to write the code for that. So we go to my team mod manager script where I'm loading in the different stuff. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to say load logo graphic. Actually, yeah. So we'll call this logos, new sprite, monitors of length, logos of length. We know it's going to exist. Move this over. So, read all bytes, team path, folder. This is called logo, I think. Logo. Is it a PNG? It is a PNG. So create a texture. What is the dimension? 251 by 295. 251 by 295. RGB 24. I think this last one is for mipmaps. It is. I don't want a mipmap. We'll do bilinear, load it in, logos at I equals sprite create, 00, this is 251, 295, I need a comma, and then return logos. Okay, so that'll load in all of the logo files, and then from the title screen, I have an array of sprites called team logos. So team logos equals mod manager.self dot team manager dot load logo graphics. Okay, so that will load in the logo graphics, and then I want to go down to game setup. And when we proceed to game setup, that'll set the text. I want to set the logos here, so set logos. So I need to make sure that I've got a reference to those. So we'll say public. I think it's image is the data type. Yes. Public image, we'll say home logo, away logo. Save that. Go to canvas. Home logo, away logo. Okay. So now I'll be able to specify the logos. Where are we? Right here. Team logos, let's say home logo dot right equals team logos at home index, away logo at away index. Hopefully those will show up now. Can't find file. Cleveland is missing a file. Are those? It's right there. Oh, it's a JPEG. Okay. Let's do this. I should probably have it support multiple files, now that I think about it. Pittsburgh's missing theirs too. In fact, it probably makes more sense to have it as a JPEG. So at some point I'll probably need to support multiple files. Multiple file types, I mean. Let's see, what others are we missing? Cleveland, Pittsburgh. That's it. Okay, so we got it working. We've got those two loaded in properly. Good. So what I want to test is this. Get rid of game setup and go back to the main menu. And then at the very start, I want to comment out this so it'll load right from here. And I disabled the music so you guys can hear me a little bit better. Okay, so we go quick matchup, we'll go player versus AI, and let's test out, we'll do a rematch of the Super Bowl. And then go next. Okay, good. So it loaded in the proper ones here. We've got Denver and Carolina. Right now there's only 2 jerseys. What I want to test is, let's just go with Arizona, and then go back out to uniforms, Arizona. I just copy and paste a new one. We'll call this alternate. And then if I go into Atlanta and I copy another one, we'll call this throwback. Just testing to see if it's loading in those other files. So we go Arizona and Atlanta. Cross your fingers. We've got away, alternate, home, away, throwback, and home. Okay, good. So it's properly loading them in, which is really good. Very good. Alright, I do want to delete those though. Alright, so hopefully that gives you guys an idea of how it works. It's going to dynamically read whatever's in those folders and load in the appropriate one based off of that. Alright, so what I want to do is, let me uncomment this. What I want to do now is go and wait for it. There we go. So right now when you click these, nothing happens. That's not good. I check the hitboxes on these. These look okay. Basically what I want to happen is I want your selection to be saved so you can go through and we'll do all-star, rain, night, 10 o'clock, or 10-minute quarters. And in order to do that, I need to check the why. Oh, that's why. put the pivot in the middle. There we go. I guess the hitbox of the button goes with whatever the widest thing is. I want to make sure that it doesn't exceed the bounds of the box, otherwise it will interfere with the collision of the other ones. Some of these look funny. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Alright, back to making sure all of these fit. There are definitely some tedious parts to making games. This is one of them. Okay. So, let me think about how I want to do this. I want to be able to highlight the color. So I'm going to come in here for game setup and I'm going to say private color, selected color, and then normal color. I'm going to say, I think I'm going to need a reference to all of these buttons. Difficulty, weather, time, and quarters. Does button make the most sense? I think so. So we'll say public button. We'll do an array. So we'll say difficulty, buttons, weather buttons, time buttons, and quarter buttons. That'll give me an array of all of them. And then I'm going to need a reference to all of them. So I've got 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 2 here, 3 here. Let's drag these in. So we've got Rookie, Pro, All-Star, Hall of Fame. We've got Clear, Rain, Snow, Overcast. We've got, we'll do these 5, 10, 15, and day, night. Alright, so I've got a reference to all the buttons now. And what I want to do is I want to store whatever color is. We'll say selected color equals, we'll just pick difficulty buttons at position 0 dot, what is the colors? The color block for this selected object. Colors, what is colors? Is it an array? It's a color block. What the heck is a color block? colors dot highlighted color, which should be a color. It is a color. Okay. I don't normally talk to myself. I know it probably sounds really weird. I don't normally talk to myself when I code, but I'm trying to give you an insight into what I'm thinking. So I'm trying to think / talk out loud. If it's annoying, just let me know in the comments and I won't do it. But rather than just sitting here in silence, I'm letting you know what I'm thinking. Alright, so difficulty button colors dot, I think this is normal colors what we want. So all that does is it stores a reference to the highlighted colors, so the color that it shows when you mouse over it and the color it normally shows, and I'm storing references to these colors so that when I click on something it'll color it appropriately. Alright, so let's go down, what time is it? 9:15. Let's go down to game setup, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I need to create functions for selecting the different difficulty, weather, time, and quarters. So I'm going to say public void select difficulty, passing it, I think I'm going to do it based off an index. Select difficulty. So let's do this. So loop through I equals 0, I is less than difficulty buttons dot length I plus plus. And what I want to do is I want to set the normal color of all of the buttons back to the normal color. So I'm going to say difficulty, let's do it. I do. Okay, difficulty buttons at position I dot colors dot highlighted color, I want dot normal color, dot normal color equals, can I set this? Normal color. I can't set it. I'm going to change it instead of normal color to normal button color. That way I know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you select it, it's going to set all of the buttons, normal colors, back to the normal color. And then I want to set the button that I selected, difficulty buttons at button index dot normal color equals highlighted. Or is it selected button? I think it's selected button color. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. So let me go to my 4 buttons. Add here, drag canvas, and then we'll do title screen select. What did I call it? Select difficulty? I don't see it. Public void. Would help if I saved it. Select difficulty. I still don't see it. Select coach, send message. It's because I have an error. Consider storing the value in a temporary variable. Cannot modify a value type return value of what? let's see. Cannot modify a value type return value of UI selectable dot colors. Consider storing the value in a temporary variable. Well, let's try this. See what options are. Find selectable on down. I'm just seeing what options I have available. Select. Well, it's got to be colors. Maybe there's a function. Let's try this. See if it yells at me if I do that. It does. Well, time to go to the internet. Let's say Unity change button color C#. I just want to change the color of a button in code. No, that's not what I want. Get component image. I don't want this. I want to change this. How to change, that's what I want. Colors.normal color equals color. Yeah, alright, so this guy's having the same issue. I found that. Color block CB B dot colors CB dot normal color equals color dot white B dot colors equals. Oh, so I've got to create a color block. That's stupid. Yeah. That's dumb. Alright, so I've got to create a color block. Alright, hold on. So create a color block and we'll say what if it makes more sense just to store the color block? I think it probably does. So instead of storing these colors, I'm going to store a... No, because I need those. I'm going to create a private color block. Selected color block. Normal color block. Selected color block equals difficulty, no, select color block dot normal color equals, I think we can do it like this. And then normal color block dot normal color equals. So the selected color block is the normal, no, I got it backwards. Okay, so selected is the highlight. Okay, so then we can get rid of this. It's a really strange way of doing it, but we'll see if this works now. Colors equals selected color block. Colors equals normal color block. Now, go away. Now, do we have our function here? Select difficulty. We do. So I'm going to go, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. These are the indices. Okay, so save, and when I run this, it should give us, so we mouse over these, and then when I click on this one, it breaks the whole thing. That is not what I wanted. Alright, let's go. So we pass it in the button index, loops through all the buttons, setting the colors to the normal color block. Oh. That's why. Okay, so let me do this. I think I need to do selected color block equals this, which will grab the original color block, and then the normal color block is the selected color block. I think we can just do this. The normal equals the selected equals what the original is, and then I want to change the normal equals highlighted color. I think that'll do it. Like I said before, I'm still trying to figure out how their new UI system works. So now when I click, alright. Yeah, buddy. That's always the fun part of programming, when you figure out how something works and you get it to work. I think I'm going to get rid of that little, where it flashes white, and I'm going to use the same color for the pressed color. I might make it a little bit brighter. Okay, I like that. Now, I just need to copy it to the other ones. So go down to select difficulty, select weather. What order is it? Weather, time, quarters. So let's say select time. I think, let me do it this way. I'm going to change this just to index, so that when I copy and paste, I don't have to This will be select, what did I say? Weather time quarters. Select weather, select time, select quarters. This will be weather buttons. This will be time buttons. This will be quarter buttons. So now, when we run it, they don't work. What did I do? Oh, duh. I've got to actually make it call the function. So this is select weather. This is select time. This is select quarters. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add all of the index values. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 0, that is 1, 0, that's 1, and 2. Now when I run it, Pro, clear, night. Damn it. So I should be able to change all of these. And I can. Very good. I can change these. I can change these. There's only one stadium, so I can't do anything with that. But we will add that later, and then we'll be able to play from there. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's video. I promise the next video that we put out will be looking at the brand new animations that we have, the blocking, the O-line, D-line interaction with swim moves. We've got a few different blocking animations. We've got some backpedal animations for cornerbacks. We've got some audible animations for quarterbacks. We've got spin moves, stiff arms, juke moves for the runner. We've got a brand new running animation with the player holding the ball. And I will go through kind of some of the hacks that I had to do to get the game at least looking somewhat normal last year, and give you guys a taste of what the new animations are going to add to the game in terms of realism. So again, we are really excited with what we are doing here. We are looking forward to the feedback that you guys give us. So let us know what you think of this video. Let us know what you'd like to see in the future. Again, tell your friends. Let people know that Axis Football 2016 is coming, and to get excited. Lots of mods, PC, mobile, and we'll keep doing it. You guys let us know what it is that you want in the games. I am Danny Jugan. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon.